So my high school is not there.
It was not one.
And I'm so bitter about it.
Even you don't want to mention it.
No, I don't want to. So I understand.
Isn't it? You get it now. Yeah.
So thank you so much for making time with see for a great day, and I'm so happy to just sit in front of you and talk to you.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of things about you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jokes, maybe some we've never had.
Yes.
Now we have the time, so just briefly introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Professor Kiama, Stephen Kiama, the Vice Chancellor, University of Nairobi. I took over the leadership of this university in the January of the 2020. And since then I have served very diligently with the team that I found here, which is very hardworking. And we have worked together to get the university to where it is now, a better institution. Yes.
Before becoming the Vice Chancellor for this university, what other notable positions have you held just before transitioning to the helm?
Oh, I have held very many positions. One of them I held in the university is when I was employed, I was given a house. I was allocated a house, and we were residents in that compound, maybe about 6 or so of us. And after some time I was the chairman of that community, mainly just collecting the money to pay security, and to ensure that the compound is clean, and if there is any problem there, I'm the one responsible.
When was
that? That was 1990, yeah.
Okay.
1990, 1991, 1993. But since then, I've taken other positions. And even before then, I was given positions in church where I served as a chairman of the youth fellowship for quite some years. But in the university, I've served as a head of department of fetal anatomy and physiology. I have served as associate dean of the faculty of veterinary medicine. I have served as acting dean of the faculty of veterinary medicine. I have served as the director of Wangari Maathai Institute for Peace and Environmental Studies. I have served as the principal of the College of Agriculture and Veterinary Sciences. I have served as the deputy vice chancellor in charge of human resource and administration. And I've also acted as Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Finance, Planning and Development. But I also served in various other positions, like if you remember those days when you were here, I was also serving as the chair sometime of the Senu Electoral Commission, which was giving us some quite some sleep at night. conducting the student elections. Where you woke up, for example, on a Thursday. The next time you are able to go to bed will be Saturday afternoon, after the swearing in. The student will not allow you to sleep from the time you begin to the time you announce the results. They used to be quite something, but we had the energy. We were able to take it through. Yes.
Now, you see, where were you born? And,
yes.
How was it growing up?
Yes.
I know you were born in the
Yes.
But share with us about how it was growing up, going to school, which primary school,
yes,
high school, and then later in life going to Europe.
Yes, I was born in Odaya, Nyeri. That is in a place called Doti, which is in Kalema location, but Doti sub-location.
Yes.
And was brought up there until I went to primary school, in Gatuge Primary School. But before then, those days we used to go to nursery school, for example. And although in the primary there was no changes, in nursery school, what we call now the pre-unit, they were charging some money. And I remember that time when we could not, the family did not have that money to pay. So I dropped off school briefly until the nursery school teacher spotted me walking on the road sometime. He said, "Where have you been?" It's because we don't have money. You come to school. Yeah. So I went back to school, to nursery school, until I finished, and then joined the primary school in the neighborhood, which was a walking distance, but not so close. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe about 2 to 3 kilometers away. But you'd go running and running back, and which you to remain very fit. Yeah. Up to now, I finished primary school there. Then went to secondary school those days, and then after that, high school to Nakuru High, and then after that to University of Nairobi to do Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine.
Did you have interest to pursue medicine, or you were just called? When I was growing up, I got very interested with biology. Yeah, and then also my sister was went for training as an animal health assistant, and I really used to admire her. Seeing when you visit her where she was staying, and then you see the way her house is well organized. And then when you wake up in the morning, when she visits her, then you wake up in the morning, you can have some bread, and then also jam and bluebird, and then you look forward to becoming like her. And then also there was another guy who was doing vet in a neighborhood. He was called Dr. Sheila. And I would see also him walking on the road with a nice swag. And I thought that if I was to do any program, I would do veterinary medicine. But I had a lot of interest on my own in biology, and I have shared this previously. I would wait sometimes for some, when dogs or cows die. After some time I would be able to remove the soil when they have the flesh is off the bones, and then try to reconstruct that. Yes, to learn the pieces of bones, whether it's a vertebral column, I know this is cervical, this is rubber vertebral, this is this. I used to really like that kind of thing. This is during the time you were in high school?
This is when I was in high school, yes. And I was in Kenyatta High School, Mahiga, for high school. That's when I used to, in a group from 5 and from 6, national school.
When you were growing up,
yes,
how would you describe your mother and your dad in terms of disciplining kids? That was your mom or your parents those kind of parents who would want to see their kids excel in education?
Yes.
Or that never, knocked their minds? It was just a self, thing that you wanted to pursue education.
Yes. My dad was in Nairobi here doing some business, so we were with our mother back at home. The mother was keen only to the extent that when you come from school to see the report form, to see what number were you.
At the end of the time.
At the end of the term, what number are you? That was adequate. But at least she ensured all of us went to school, and if you dropped out of school, she would never allow that. Myself, I did it. I was enjoying, but there were some of my elder brothers who were trying to bring some mischief. But what she tells us, but she remained very firm that we must go to school.
What was the name of this, preschool teacher? Preschool, because you were not to study your class 1.
Yes.
Who had you come back to school?
This was, we used to just call her Mama Wamuyu, Eunice, her name, because where the pre-unit there, they are seen all like mothers, So I still remember her. So when I now was appointed vice chancellor, I invited her to my event, which I organized in the She's still alive. She's still alive. Yes.
On the university website.
Yes, yes.
How is she?
Oh, I don't know, but she may be going 90 now, but still very, she looks quite strong. Yeah, yeah.
Can recognize you. And
She can recognize me. She serves in the church, very active member, serving in the church in the Rocco community here.
how did you feel when you were being installed at this VC?
Yes.
And she was there.
Yes.
Because you see, it can be something little that she did, but but I think it was something. It was a foundation she was laying.
It was quite a foundation she laid. You know, we were not able to do physical installation. You remember?
Yes.
We did most of the things first. You invited just a few. But after that, I went home for Thanksgiving service. That's when I invited her. It felt very nice with her there. Yeah.
It's a sign.
Yeah.
You feel really
Yes.
self-actualizing that happens.
Completely.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, you know, when I joined UoN,
Yeah.
I was homeless. It's a
Yes.
story.
Yes.
And some of your lectures,
Yeah.
paid
Yeah.
the school fees here.
Yes,
I
yeah.
didn't have anywhere to go. I spent most of my time here. And my position as the chairman of the School of Young Student Body leadership, I was not elected. I was appointed. So during that time when I think you guys said no, election is not good.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was appointed by the director and after some lecturers endorsed me.
So you are a professional leader or what? Yeah.
So when I was given this card,
Yes.
I interned for 10 months.
Yes. Yeah.
And now when I was given this card, when I was now being employed,
Yes.
I took a short break
Yes.
and came to the university
Yes. Yeah.
and knocked the doors of all my lecturers
Yes.
and presented this to them
Yes.
and thanked them for letting me. I wanted to become a journalist from way.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Yeah.
So I felt so nice and I went and thanked them.
Yes. Yeah.
So I know how it feels when you remember somebody who played a part in having me be the person you are today.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really great. Now, you are from Nakuru High School where you
Yes, yeah.
5 and 6.
Yes. Yeah.
Then you are here at the University of Nairobi.
Yes. Yeah.
You spent 4 years here.
Yes, I said for 4 years. The veterinary medicine, that time it used to take 4 years, of residential, but then there used to be attachment in third year and also attachment in second year. A short attachment for 8 weeks,
Which years are these when you were in?
I was here doing 1386 to 1990.
86 to 1990.
Yes.
Now when you are done,
Hey.
you became an assistant lecturer. What was it?
Yes, I became an assistant lecturer.
Okay.
So a friend of mine mentioned to me, they are looking for a lecturer in anatomy. I was at that time when I finished. We were finishing around June or thereabout.
Yes.
After I finished, I was now planning to see what next. What is my next move? It was clear in my mind that I want to come back to the university for postgraduate training. Because I had practiced a little, and I thought that I still have quite a bit of brain left here, rather than just practicing what I learned.
Yes.
But you add slightly more knowledge.
Yes.
So I was just thinking, what should I take? And I had different options I was thinking about. So when this was mentioned, anatomy, it was in one of those I thought I should do. So I applied, and then I was taken in September as an assistant lecturer. Then those days, at that time, it used to be like contract. But in 3 months, in December now, early January of the coming year, I was given now another letter to say now it is permanent, but it's still as a lecturer. So I was now teaching and also conceptualizing my the master's program, which I started and looking for money and all that, and finished by 1995. I got my master's.
What did it take for someone who just finished their graduate to become an assistant lecturer?
Yes.
Did you have to pass so well, or you have to be exceptional in some way?
Even until recently, we still hired in medicine, in veterinary, in architects, they hire when you finish your first degree, because you see you would find not many people come to do postgraduate training in some of those programs.
Yes.
They would rather go out and apply the knowledge they have gained.
Yes.
So they provide an opportunity, they hire you, and then you train. So you felt quite nice, you know. But the first thing is that you have to have performed well in that subject area. That's what they looked at. And two, they also did ranking, like the one I mentioned to you in primary school,
yes,
where the parent would ask for report form.
Yes.
So in federal medicine, they also do ranking. The first is what you have qualified, and then in the class of 90 or class of 70, what number are you? Yeah. So based on what you are and how you perform in that subject, then you can be considered when there is an opportunity to come in and teach. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, after how long did you teach before? I think it was long. You taught
Yes.
for long before you decided to go for your PhD.
Yes, because after I finished my master's, I was doing my master's in 1995. Then after that, now started figuring out what program I would do for PhD. I got the first opportunity I got was to go to university in Germany, in Essen. Yeah, and I considered there was sponsor. I went for interview by DAD to DAD, and succeeded in getting this scholarship. But at the same time, there was some other professor who was keen to have me in the University of Bern.
Okay.
So he was also exploring how I can go there. So finally, when I received this scholarship to go to Germany, just before I took it up, this other one for Switzerland also came up. Yeah. Now my dilemma was which should I take? Yeah. There were considerations. The German one, I was to do a very just like to continue with what I had done in my master's. What was about special organs. I was working on the eye of the bird.
Yes.
A structure called eye of the bird. A structure called the pecten oculi,
Okay.
which you find only in birds' eye. It projects from what we call the optic disc, projecting into the vitreous chamber. And I was trying to find out what does it do? Does it make the bird see better? Yeah, exactly, etc., allowed there. And then, so that's, I wanted now to work on some sensory organs, because eye is a sensory organ. Sensory organs of some animals we call the naked mullet. And I tried to find out how does it operate as a subterranean life. It operates underground. It doesn't have, the eyes are very small, the ears is like they are not there, but the hair, it doesn't have hair. How does it coordinate? Yeah. So that's what I wanted to work on, and that's what I got scholarship. But now in Bern, I was also starting to think about some project which relates also to more to real life. Yeah. Not working with animals, but try to see to find something about the lungs, the ones we used to breathe, and find out how they defend themselves against the many things that you inhale when you walk around. How do you see when you look at the nose, there's no blocks. When you inhale air, it's dust, it just goes straight, isn't it? So now the issue is, how does the lung try to keep the body safe still when the nose and all the ducts allow all this dust to come in? Yeah. So I just then I thought I should that's a project I should take. But even more, they had indicated that if I go and I take about 1 year and it is settled that I can continue with my scholarship there, then my family can join me there. And they also support them with some little stipend to ensure they can also live with me. Yeah. So I said, this is a good scholarship.
The German one?
The Swiss.
The Swiss one.
Yes, but the German was also gave me opportunity that I can go and I will get paid some stipend, and I can come back home sometimes 3 months or so to correct certain data, and they'll be paying me also.
So it wasn't a very easy, it was one of the most difficult decisions. Yeah, they were providing that the family can also join, yeah,
Yes.
with certain conditions, but they did not have those things of stipend for family, etc. But it wasn't an easy one, because you see, I have written this proposal and I have also been working with this professor. He is happy to receive me, and then at the side I'm also exploring this. Then finally, you select this one. That was a difficult decision.
Yes.
But looking back, I think it.
Create a relationship with him.
Yes, also, yeah.
I know it must have been very.
It was very difficult, but I was happy to make the decision I made. And finally, when I went to Bern, I worked with the Professor Peter Gea, a very great mentor. Yeah, worked with me now for the 4 years I was doing my PhD. He would invite me to his house. We go there, we eat, we have some drink together. We go to the kitchen, we cook together. You know, and so we became like a friend, not just a supervisor, like a mentor.
Yes.
And that I associate to a large extent what I became because of the input he put in mentoring me. Yes, wow. Yeah.
This time when you were visiting him, is your family also in Switzerland?
I stayed there alone because it was expected that I have to take 1 year.
Yes.
After this 1 year, the professor will decide whether he want to continue, and I will also have to decide whether I want to continue with the program. So that 1 year is testing each other. Do you have the correct chemistry to work together?
Okay.
Yeah. So then after that, you give an independent report. He will give an independent report whether he want to continue working with you, and then you also write it to say whether you want to work. So you cannot bring family through that period.
Yes.
But before even starting, I had to go through Freiburg for 3 months to be introduced to be given introductory courses on German language, because Bern is a German-speaking canton. Yeah.
Yes.
So I had to go to a class to learn a little German to know my way around. Yeah. So so that's how it went, and then I worked with him. After 1 year, he said yes. Then after that, I brought my family.
Oh.
When I brought my family, the first thing was like a trial, because the wife I had, a son. She was not very sure that she wanted to come and stay long, because she also had a job here. But so what I did was to see where do I stay for a short time, because then I was staying in a student hostel.
Yes.
And they said, okay, now what do I do is I get a house for somebody who is going on a holiday. Yeah. And it was called Kafda. I still remember. Yeah. In an area called Mosedorf. Yeah. Okay. So she came, we stayed there with our son until now. Those 3 months ended, and then she chose to stay there. So I had to move out now and look for another house where we can stay with the family. Then we got a fairly small house so that we can save some little money to come and do other things related here. It was just a bed sitter. A bed is here, the kitchen is here, the sitting room is here, and we were able to survive there for that long. But going back a little bit, because when I went, when I was going there, leaving now Freiburg, going to Bern, I had asked the professor to check accommodation for me. So he got me some studio, which is just close to the department or to the institute. That was like about September or thereabout. And come December, during the Christmas period, I realized the place, the institute, there is nobody. I was just alone. I stayed for a number of days without finding anybody to speak to. Looking like a ghost town. Everybody now is in holiday, in Christmas. So when we returned in January, I said I have to move out. And I go to a student place. I said, no, you know when I went, I came as a doctor. Kiama, now that's why she was getting me this. I'm saying, no, me, I want to go to stay with the students, the student hostel. Are you enjoying it? Yes, I said yes, because here I cannot stay. Then I discovered in Switzerland that you cannot exit some rental house just at will at whatever time. No, there is certain month in a year when you can exit. And here I am, I'm saying I must exit. And we were remaining like about, I think it must have been 2-3 months, about 3 months to that time. Now, she said, after I put pressure, he said, okay, so what do we do? We can, let's get a middle ground now. What you do is that you exit. I'll help you to exit to get to the student hostel, but then you continue paying for this one, and me I pay for the one you moved to.
Oh, wow.
You get it? Yeah. So is it fine? That's fine then. Yeah. So it works out very well. Obviously now, the one I was exiting was a little higher than the one where I was moving as a student hostel, but it was a better deal because now I had the opportunity to go and interact with the students, and if we were going out, at least there are some people, they were undergraduate students, majority of them, yeah, but it was okay, yeah.
But you can find somebody to inhabit that place, that house.
Where are you going to get that in the middle of things like that now? It was not possible.
So you were in Switzerland for 4 years?
Yes, until 2001. From 1997.
Okay. Now you come back. Did you get your job back?
You know, I was there on study leave. I was there on study leave with the University of Nairobi. So my job was secured. So when I came back, the first thing now is to, by the time I was leaving, I had already moved to lecturer. Because I had already completed my master's. I had been promoted from a senior lecturer to lecturer. So when I came, now I came with my papers, everything ready to start preaching to become senior lecturer. Yeah. And the same year, either 2021, 2022, now I became senior lecturer. Yeah. So my job was secured. And then I was determined to come back. In fact, at the tail end of my program in Ban, there are different people who were asking me to join their labs, for example, and not come back. They say, now you are going there, how much are they going to be paying you? Yeah.
Very valid.
Very question. Yeah. But I looked, I said, no. I need to get back to my country and serve my country. So I was determined that I must make significant contribution to the development of my country. Not other places. I have now acquired the necessary knowledge, so I packed my things and came back and returned to my job, and then was promoted and continued to do projects and all that until where
you didn't have chosen
full professor.
Job that will pay you more.
No. I was determined I must go and serve home. Yeah. So that was clear. Yeah.
So you came back and you continued teaching.
Yes.
How long did it take for you to become a senior lecturer?
Because I came with everything ready, I came and they started now agitating for the advertisement to be promoted. so I think that now took either the same 2001 or 2002. I think 2002 is when now I became senior lecturer. Just for that time. But in the meantime, I was serving in different capacities, representing my department now. In committees in the faculty. Yeah.
So what would you want to see the University of Nairobi look like? Do you have a vision for this university as the VC? Because the university has its own vision, but is there something you really want to see the University of Nairobi attain? Even though it's the best university in East and Central, every day when rankings are happening. The other one, previously, it was the only university among top 2,000.
Yes, yeah.
Would you want to see it among 500?
No, we should progressively move toward the top. Because you know, the University of Nairobi admits the cream of this nation. It admits the best students. Yeah. So we cannot afford to let them down. we must ensure that the kind of training that we give them makes them to remain on top. Yeah, and you know, even we have seen some of our students who have left here and gone to some other university, whether US or UK, they go there and become top. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, that's what happens here. Yeah. So that's the University of Nairobi. So that we must continue. Obviously aware that these old institutions, if they do not change and adopt to the changing environment, they can also disappear.
Yes.
And we have seen Kenya Bus Service, sijui Nakumatt, sijui Tuskys, Posta.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yes. So we cannot afford to just say, now we are okay, we have achieved. We have to be conscious every day that it is possible for some other person to come out somewhere in the environment and start new ways of doing things today, and all the young people connect with that one, and within no time we are talking to ourselves how great we are, and then we just disappear. So we are very conscious. I'm very conscious about this. So my vision is to ensure that the University of Nairobi remains resilient and adaptable to the changing environment. Yeah, so that the university of yesterday will not be the university of tomorrow, because the university of tomorrow will be dictated by the changed environment, and it will have adopted, and it will be able to take those young people and they see they fit into it. Yeah, so we have decided that we must continue to trigger the university student mind to be innovative, to be critical thinkers in the way they do their things. Yeah, we must adopt more and more digital learning, yeah, and the digital campus in the way we do our things. Yeah, because this generation is not ready for being sent letters and to go and open with a stamp. Yes. They don't even know what that is. If you send them a message, they know how to read, and they adopt and they take a decision. The older people want to see a letter signed and they pin in a notice board. Yes. So if you continue to pin a notice board, these people are not there to go to you when they are written in a notice board. So we must adopt. We must ensure that we trigger their mind to be innovative, to begin creating solutions for themselves and for the country at large. Yeah. We must continue to trigger on the issue of research. We must also, of importance, initiate procedures that will make University of Nairobi sustainable. I had said even before, when I came in 2020, we must make University of Nairobi relevant, we must make it vibrant, we must make it sustainable. It must outlive us, it must continue, because we are protecting the students who are in and those who graduated. Can you imagine, like yourself, when you graduated, now you find University of Nairobi is not there. If you are working, you ask in your workplace, where did you study?
My high school is not there.
Your high school is not there?
Yes, so like this, I was called to there's a school in Oma called Agorosare.
Agorosare?
Yes.
Yes.
One of the best.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
But because I was being supported by my uncle, yes, as an orphan,
yes,
I was taking to a school that had just been started.
Yes.
And imagine students were the ones building, like we used to have mud wall classrooms.
Yes.
And we'd be the one building it. But the owner, he didn't have a good vision and did not
yes,
establish the school well. The Ministry of Education closed it down. And I was the head boy. So we have bad blood. There's a bad relationship between me, yes, and the owner of the school. Even this, it's almost 10 years ago. Even today? Yeah, so most people, yes, no, my classmates here at the University of Nairobi, those I was with here, no, I attended at Agorosare, but that's not the school I attended. So my high school is not there. It was not the one. And I'm so bitter about it. Even you don't want to mention it. No, I don't want to. So I understand. Isn't it? You get it now. Yeah. So you, even when you say Gorosare, you can be asked, like, I think somebody was asked, can you show a photo, yes, of those students you get? Who are your classmates?
Who are your classmates? You get it?
Yes.
So we are conscious of that. That when we know that how the environment has been changing, and that if we don't adopt or become resilient, we can disappear. We are so conscious about those people who graduated from here.
Yes.
We must protect them.
Yes.
So we must do whatever it takes to ensure that the University of Nairobi remains with a big name, good brand, yeah. Because then we are blooding those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? So that is my vision, to ensure that the University of Nairobi is sustainable and that remains relevant to what is required today, not yesterday, and that it shines, is vibrant, yeah.
I would open a wound. I want to open a wound that I probably shouldn't open.
Okay.
I remember when you were, it was not easy for you to become the VC.
Yes.
I remember very well.
Yes.
And there were a few things, court cases and all that. Without going into details, why do you think there was a problem to have Kiama come to this even after serving with the university for all that long and being qualified?
Yeah. The problem is actually our kasha. Is our kasha. You know, we lived in the Kano era for so many years, yeah, where things like there were no clear rules, yeah. You know, there was no issue like merit or not known. It is who you know. You get it? Yeah, and you know, there was some time if somebody died and you are a member of parliament, your son or your wife was now the one who was nominated to be elected. You get it? Without checking about whether they have the quality or not. So there are two ways of accessing public office. One is through merit, yeah, which you go through interview. The other one is through elections. And you know, elections, so long as the people elect you, even if whatever method you used, your competency
is not should be considered.
It's not considered, because even some other person who will be more competent may not even be able to express themselves on to show those competencies, and the people say, we don't want this one, we want this one. At least this one can represent us. Isn't it? Yes. So that is one of the way. The other way is ordinary. But there are still people believe that there is no method that exists. What only exists is who you know. Yeah. Okay? Who you know. If you don't know somebody, then you will just forget it. But we cannot run a country like that. We cannot run our institutions like that. Isn't it? No, so that was the problem. Because some people who are in power that time looked and they saw, where is this one coming? See, I told you about the nursery school. Yes. See, but where is this? He comes from which family?
Yes, where? How come from there to here?
Yes, no. Yeah. No, the ones we know is this one and this one and this one. These ones we can tell they are coming from some big name and they are known by this. Yeah, this one, in fact they are saying, huyu agoje kidogo tumujue. Tumujue kwanza.
You still have time.
Yes, tumujue kwanza ni nani. Yeah, so that was the complication. But it is just because that bad culture we have. We must exert it as a people. We must begin progressively to check on people's competencies, so that, because that's the country of the future. Yes. Isn't it? Otherwise we'll just be learning old ideas because you are known and you think like this, then you continue, everybody passes the baton to a person who thinks like them. But the country here is changing, but you people are just changing, but the other people learning faster than you. Yes. Isn't it? But you can only pass a baton to the person you know. All kind of this kind of thing. Yeah, isn't it? So as a country, that is very just. So that's where that matter was coming from. But we were able later to reconcile it. Yeah, yes, yeah.
How has it been running your way? Do you still, what's your term? It's 5 years?
It's 5 years, yes.
Do you think you can do this first 5 and you know?
You know, I have 5, yeah?
Yes.
The others, it's other people who decide. You get
Yes.
it? Now, I signed the contract for 5.
Yes.
What I can tell you is that it is not an easy job to do. No. It's a 24-hour job. Yeah.
Run it from home.
All the time it is with you. Yeah. That's one of the things you have to know. You know, like University of Nairobi, it is everywhere.
Yeah.
We are there in Mombasa, in Kisumu, in Kikuyu, in Lokabete, in Kenyatta, in Kenya Science, in Chiromo. Here, main campus, we have students here. We have students accommodated in various essential estates.
Yes.
When they have problem,
The buck stops you.
it stops with you. Staff, we have staff everywhere. We take care of their health. If a staff is somewhere and he has a problem, a health problem, we are told they have to be evacuated and treated and attended to. You know, like when we had COVID. The big problem, ensuring that when the student or staff get problem, they cannot get a space in a hospital. Otherwise, if they die, then they'll be saying, oh, you did not facilitate to get a bed quickly for me. You get the family cannot. So that is the University of Nairobi. But the most difficult part is when you are learning it without adequate resources.
Yes.
Like what we found. You know, if it is just about how to solve those problems, we are trained well enough, we are strong, yeah. But you know, when it is money, where do you get it? Even if you borrow, how are you going to pay? So that is a challenge. Because at some point, the government thought that it is not a priority. So they went and decided, let's reduce the amount of money we give them.
Yeah, fine.
Yes, let's reduce the funding. So by the time I come, I find an institution that is that's almost going on yesterday. So you just wonder, is this what I came to do here? When I was coming with a lot of ideas about how we are going to carry out research, how we are going to do consultation. Now you are just finding yourself, you are trying to stop a car from being auctioned. See? You get that kind of thing.
Yes.
When you are the student have water, you know, because the water, the city council people want to carry the water, power is being cut. Yes, it has not been paid. You get it. Some other spaces had been leased. People are writing you letter to threaten you. You know, they are going to auction your property. So
you just lands where was that land that Karibu Mnyang'anywe?
Yes. You see those kind of things. So you just come and find, when you are coming as a professor, and you are saying how the institution is going to be great, how you are going to connect it with other people, partners, and then you come and you are finding you are dealing with those kind of funny things. Yeah. But we have tried to walk through and ensure that those are to some extent behind us, and now we have started building a very critical mass of friendships now with the very strategic organizations who look at us now at that level. Yeah, because you know when you are incubated by those kind of things, you can imagine if you are somewhere and you cannot even be able to afford yourself a cup of tea or even a good shirt like what you are wearing now. Even other people do not want to be seen with you. Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah. So one of the things we have to ensure we try to do is how can we get out of that kind of that problem, and we have in a good way managed to just get out, and we are now on that path, and we are getting very many friends who want to work and work with us.
And I think for you to get back and on track, you had to sacrifice a lot of your work. I remember there are people I knew here that just went to a crime.
Yes.
They really were crying. Maybe they didn't get you, but so many people cried. Even at the School of Journalism, or library, at the finance, several departments, there's so many people who are late.
Yeah. You know, we said this. We said, okay, it's possible we can just continue, all of us, and we cry, and then we all disappear.
and they don't disappear, or we have to make certain sacrifices, yeah, and then we leave tomorrow for the sake of everyone. What I said, because the University of Nairobi is about the students that we have here and those who graduated. If we begin to think only about having at a computer lab and keeping somewhere we have to pay, then after that it collapses. Then those who graduated do not know what to write in their CV. Yeah. so we had to make certain very, very difficult decisions, but quite moderated in terms of deliberate reducing staff. Sometimes it was contract come to an end, then maybe we don't renew. But we have depended more on those who retire. When they retire, then we don't hire like that. And the numbers, we have been able to manage it quite significantly through that method.
Yes, I remember, maybe I had a lecturer, it was called, it wasn't a doctor.
Yes.
He used to call Dr. Chilo.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
He retired. Yes.
We used to have a lot of conversation with him at his office. And he was like, when I retire, where am I going to get all this knowledge? But he told me, I'll just go home and keep my card there. Yes. So I've never talked to him. And I think for the good of the university, I hope those decisions were able to, have the university get back to track.
Yes, and we also reduce a lot of fat wherever where we had so many offices.
Yes, so there was some margins.
Yes, right? Yeah, we had to do a bit of margin because you have, anytime you create an office, you call the director this. Then after that, you have to provide a secretary to that person. Then you provide a messenger. Yeah. Then you provide a record crack to be keeping the record. Because if you are called director, you cannot be the one opening files and registering this file on this and the passing the file. If you need to take it to another. So you are, whatever content you are generating, you have a number of people now to be delivering and you see. So we said no. We reduce so that we have those people doing real work now. Yeah. The work, we don't need a lot of that support. If you are a researcher, you just go and do your own things and write papers. But if you are put to be director or put to be principal, then you need all those people to do the work because you cannot be accountant, you cannot be procurement officer, you cannot be transport officer. So now you just be put there, but then these people have to be put around you to do the work. Your work is supervise them. But what do you need? You went to school to be professor. You get it? And then, so the university have to spend a lot of money. So we managed now to say, okay, let us downsize here. Let's do this. Let's fine tune here. We remove duplication so that we leave tomorrow.
Is it true that IMF asked you to do that? What about there was that I think UoN and Kenyatta University was to downsize?
No. By the time IMF was coming to say that they want to work with the government to find out how to deal with some of these big institutions, as we had already done what we needed to do. Yeah. Okay.
Now, I'm sure this you've never had, or I don't know, Mr. Maybe you read that shared.
Yeah.
Anytime you are on TV, or there's a story out there.
Yes.
This is not relevant. What I want to share with you.
Okay. Yes.
There are so many students, especially University of Nairobi students, who compare how good looking their VC is and other VC. I don't know whether that has come to your attention.
No, it doesn't.
They're always been presentable.
Yes.
Looking always sharp.
Yeah.
That has never come to your attention?
No, because I just do my work. Already has not come to tell me this.
No, but our reputation is high.
So a lot of girls they joke a lot, like maybe somebody talks about, this is my boyfriend in the University of Nairobi VC.
Yes.
And then like, what happened to me? And then VC. That has never come to your attention?
No.
It's something that always happens.
Okay.
A lot of people think and compare you as very sharp,
Okay.
good looking.
Okay, yes.
You put on so well.
Thank you.
So what's your response? It's good that you have never come to your attention.
I think the issue is that I myself, when I go there, I don't need to prepare for it because I just talk it as it is. Yeah. So I have been in this for quite a long time in the lab, doing my research, teaching, and I have interacted with so many people from in Kenya here and out there. I've traveled in many countries of this planet. Yeah. So I have good exposure. Yeah. And I learned a long time that it is good to be able to express yourself, to say what it is, yeah, and let the other people also say, and then you say yours, yeah. So I'm just myself. That's the beauty of it, yeah, yeah.
Okay. The office here is open. Students can come.
Yeah, yeah.
Like before.
Yeah.
So we management engage students.
Yeah.
Free.
So we engage with our faculty and the students freely. Yeah. Because I went through this university as a student up to my master's, PhD. I went out. Yeah. I was hired here immediately. I finished up to the level of professor. I have served here from chairman of department to vice chancellor. So this is really home. When I'm here and when I'm talking like the way you talk in your house, you know. Yeah, like free. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not limited. But I like that positive comment. That's a good recommendation. I will continue that with them.
Okay. There's something I wanted to ask. I almost forgot. What's your reaction?
The way you're trying to say, what do you call it? Whatever it is, yeah. It is actually trying to address the issue of how undergraduate students are funded in the universities. That's what that model is about. Before, we had a system where government places students. After it places, then it looks for whatever little money it has, then it says, you work with this one. But don't charge the student anything.
Just work with that.
Just work with what I give. So the fees is known, for example, let's say the fees is known like for medicine, you need to pay maybe 600,000 Kenya shillings per year. So the government says, these are the students, but we have 300 for each of them.
There's something here.
Yeah, for this, use it, yeah. So that is dangerous because the risk is that the quality can continue to decline because you will just have to, as the professors now, we just have to make do whatever is there. Yeah. So slowly the institutions can collapse. Now the other risk is that the institution decided, because of the way we have been trained, and we don't want to have a poor quality, we decided now to be borrowing. We borrow from here, we borrow from here. You have had
yes.
They have not paid KRI, they have not paid the pension, they have not. This is borrowing, you know. And to ensure quality remains your debt. But how long can you continue to borrow to sustain that quality? Isn't it? You cannot do it. You can only borrow to a certain limit. After that you stop, then the quality now, and then if you are not careful, just collapse. So what now was agreed is this: if the fees is only 600, let's have 600 paid. The issue is, where does it come from? Government says, as when we admit somebody to medicine, and the person is very clear, even how they reached here, they were coming through bursaries, and they had difficulties is known, their family is known. Government, we are going to pay 600 for that person. Yeah. Now another one is coming to do your medicine, and they say, where are you? You are coming from one of these very expensive secondary high schools, where the parents were paying a lot of money for you to go to that secondary school. They say, this one you can be able to continue, isn't it?
You pay this one. You are paying there. The chance is still there for you to do medicine, but now you pay. So that is the thing. And now those are the two extremes. Then there is a method help is going to use to graduate them now to see who should get what. Then there are those the government also say, okay, you bring this one, you pay this one, and then we have this amount of money. If you wish, you can apply for this loan. Yeah. If you don't have all of it, apply for loan, and then you pay when you finish. Yeah. So that nobody fails now to come to the university because of the issue of lack of money. But the university is paid the full fee as is known. The only issue is that since there are many students who had been admitted with the previous method before, those who continue being financed using the same method. But the incoming group, which is coming before end of this year, that is the method that will be used. Next year the same way, the following year the same way, until we get all the students in the 4, 5, 6 years applying that method. Yeah. Yes, yeah.
And again, something, I think I brought my cousin here to just because there is a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Is it what? The school of distance learning?
Yes, yeah. And
for a diploma.
Yeah.
Anyway, the fee had been almost tripled.
Yes.
Why did you do that? Mr. VC. Why did you do that?
You know, we found it this way, yeah? We had only a certain number of teachers and the staff in the university when we did not have parallel or module 2 programs. Yeah? Like now, if I take like my department, there are not more than about 5 teachers or something like this. When this other program started, the number came to about 15, 16, 20, you get it? So we had so many people. But also, the amount of money we were charging for module, for that parallel module 2 was so little because the government was financing everything. This was just extra money.
Yes.
Okay? So I did the numbers and I found out, for example, University of Nairobi with about 60,000 students. Yeah? About 20,000 of those module 1, yeah, because it takes like about 5,000 every year. About 20,000. Now, when you consider the amount of money you are collecting from the 20,000, would work to about 5 billion. Yeah, the amount of money you are collecting from 40,000 would be 4 billion. Fact, yeah. Because whatever we were charging was so little. We are charging for module 2 because we are charging little, hoping that because of numbers we can compensate through the numbers. Yes. Okay? Yeah. But the problem is we have increased also the cost. If we did not increase the cost, it would have made sense. Yes. If we did not do that, it would have made sense. You know. Because we went here, we would hire people even to stay at the door to control who has paid fees, who has not paid fees. Isn't it?
People like that are really hard.
You get it? And then we had to establish some other organs for managing that fees, G3s, you know, those kind of things. And before it was CESP. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So we put a lot of structures to try to manage this increase, this module 2 student, but the amount of money we are charging is so little. If we did not increase this side, it would have made sense. If we did not increase the expenditure, but we did that. Yeah. So we had now to ensure that even those who are coming on module 2 are paying as well as those who are coming through module 1. Because module 1, if you recall, you will be asked to pay some little fees, 60,000 or something like that. But you see, government will also pay. When I'm talking about grant, the only thing is they were not paying 100%. They were paying, initially they paid like 60%, then by last year, it was like 48% is what they were paying. But that was still better than what we were charging module 2 students. Okay? So we said no. The Mududusi must also be charged, just like the ones who are being placed by government, so that they cover this increased cost. Yeah. Like now that extramural, we had opened so many centers and we had hired the staff there, isn't it? We were paying electricity and the water and the internet and the transport to go to those centers, many centers, and paying for the lease. And then we were charging them little money. Finally, when I came in, I found even we were not paying rent. Yeah. Many of those places were owing millions of shillings. Wow. Yeah. Even to say now that I want to move out and move away with the furniture, they say, no, you cannot move until you pay us. Okay. You know, that was the problem. Yeah. So he said, no, if you start this, you must charge properly and ensure you are an entrepreneurial university. You have a business approach to what you do. Yeah. Yeah.
How is UNES doing?
UNES, and I've shared this elsewhere, was a great idea. The conception was just correct thing. But immediately after that, you know, we brought up this issue of the Public Procurement Asset Disposal Act, the state corporations, and then it put that if you create any entity as a government body, that entity also becomes a state corporation. So you find, if you are invited for a meeting, you are invited for a meeting as a CEO of a state corporation. I'll be sitting here, the MD UNES will also be sitting here. He has 5 staff, and that is the end of it. I have this number of staff, and this number of students, and this number of things to do. So it is an incongruence of some management by our systems here. Something that need to be corrected. Then, when the director there or that CEO want to do something, he is just as incubed, just like any other. You cannot do any business. If you want to go and buy some fertilizer to go and grow something, you have to go through procurement, then some cartels increase the price of fertilizer. Then finally, when you get whatever you grow, will be more expensive than another farmer. Yes, because of the input. The other farmer will get much more than you get. So that has given a little challenge. We are working with them now to see how can they look for a different space to operate, like consultancy, to coordinate faculty from different departments, coordinate them, yeah, as a central place. How can they try to see the innovations that come about in the university, to incubate them and then make business out of them? So that's where now we are trying to work with them. But because if you do this business of asiki and selling tea and mandasi, you may not go very far, because the unga you have to buy through procurement. You what? Isn't it?
Okay. Now, when the tower was built, I don't remember when. I don't know whether it was built at a cost of 2.3 or 2.6 billion.
Yeah.
How much was it?
I think when I wasn't here that time. It's almost, I think, about 3 billion or thereabout. Yeah.
Do you think it was a venture? Let me say that was worth it. Because this is my thinking. It's so big, yeah. It's okay. It supports even classes. Those that were moved. Have you thought, or is it happening that other companies and organizations can rent offices here, and that becomes a source of revenue?
Yes. You know, when people come and visit me here, they come and say, wow, this is very good, this is excellent, and all that. And that's it, that's good. You know, you can go and buy some nice Mercedes or whatever it is, out there, and then people say, wow, can you get me a ride? But after they leave, then you have to really think about how we are going to change the tire, and the cost of that tire, isn't it? If you have to go to do repairs, how much you are going to pay for it. You have to think, those are the things that go through my mind.
it would have been maybe slightly strategic, yeah, if we probably put this money and went to some investment, okay, and went and put up some flats or some business building and make money, and then use that to come and do this. Okay, yes, yeah, so that would have been different, yeah.
Amount of urgency.
No, given that you need that issue of sustainability, it's just a your priority. It could have been done,
Yes.
but after doing some other thing, you get it. It's just like I was saying, you have good money, then you just go and buy some big car. It's a good thing. It will take you. You can carry more people with it, and etc. But maybe if you went and took it to money market or something, isn't it?
Yes.
You would still have been able to buy one later, isn't it? And then live longer, yeah, that in a sustainable way. That concept of sustainability was not put in immediately, yeah. But as I said, when people see it, they say, wow, yeah.
Apart from this, Barclays now ABSA renewal used to be managed. Is there any other organization that have granted or list spaces here?
No, it's only Barclays who are down here, but we have other, in the compound, we have some others, like if you go to geography there, you see another facility there, yeah, so like that. But in the tower here, is mainly Barclays, but then also, you know, the Shadalia Hall, there are many people who lend it to do various activities there, yeah, and even though many of our floors they take, we are always having meetings here. Yeah, people see it as a very strategic and secure place
And they
to hold big meetings, and they pay. They pay. Yeah.
I guess this got your attention.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I think alumni and some people who respected Magoa thought that it would be so nice to rename this town
Yes.
as Magoa University, George Magoa Town.
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
that get your attention?
No, that one did it. No, that one did it here.
No, it's just, yeah. If you look at the naming of the university,
when Magoa died, one is contribution to the university and the education sector.
Well, you know, we say as a university we need to have a place to recognize those who contributed in transformative ways to the way the university is today. That's the program we have, and not only for him, but considering all the people who have been through this university and what they have been able to do and to achieve. And we have many, you know, people like Professor Wangari Maathai who are here and what they ended up becoming. Yeah, you know others like Professor Odingo. Yeah, isn't it? You know others like Professor Okidi. Yeah, so we have big names, people who have caused clear transformation in this country. So we have discussed and said that we will look at all that and see what, and you know now, even the current president is a graduate of this university.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yes.
Even the
Graduate and even his
up to PhD. Yeah, we have others like even the Speaker of the National Assembly. Yeah, the Speaker of Senate, the Chief Justice. Yeah. So we have done. So we have many people. So the issue is just to see when we put all those people, what do we do now to recognize them? So we cannot say because you served as Vice Chancellor, therefore you get it. Yeah. So it must be we will put them and see this one and this one and this one we can do. Yeah.
Last question. Up to before 2020, you became VC in 2020.
Yes, 2020 January. Yeah.
Up to 2020. What was your relationship with Magoa?
Oh, it was very good relationship. You know, yes, very good relationship. Because you know, me, I joined administration in 2003 when I came in as acting dean and also associate dean. I remember he was a DVC at some point. I called him to support for strategic plan for faculty of veterinary medicine as a young staff. Supported us. I served when I was serving. This time I was serving as a commissioner for student lecture. He's the one who was appointing me. Yes, he's the one to be the son who electoral commission.
Yeah, he trusts me on that kind of a complicated thing. Yeah. Even when there was some review, you know, there was a caretaker. Governor is here. I don't know whether he's the one who used to say,
Yes,
to translate from the caretaker to conduct elections. I was the one who was appointed as the chair of the committee to manage that process on how to get from caretaker to an elected governance of student body. Yeah. So I worked very closely with him. He's the one who appointed me as director of Wangari Maathai Institute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So very closely. Yeah. Yeah.
What remarkable thing would you remember him for?
Yeah. What I remember him for was Wangari Maathai Institute. I met Professor Wangari Maathai and met her earlier, but 2008 when we agreed that we needed to put up a center here where she can come and bring her knowledge and experience to the university students and the community. And after we agreed, then I called and I asked an appointment in the VC to come with Wangari. When we came and we presented to Mangoha the concept, he just immediately said, we proceed, that I started going to look for an office for Wangari in the university, even as we are trying to conceptualize. Within the same week or the following week, he asked for the document. I remember I was in my office doing some other thing. The secretary was going to say, the VC said, there is something. You came and presented him. Can you send the document? I had some kind of a document which was not completely finished. I sent. It was tabled in the management and they approved that issue to be. Yeah, so I remember him for that. Yeah, and then after that he brought it to Senate. Yeah, the other people were saying, "Oh, what are you going to be doing in this issue? What is going to be?" But it was a big idea, and he was able to get it immediately as an idea. That this is an idea that we should run away with, and it was established. And finally, we were able to get the funds even to put it up at Pakapete campus. Yeah. Now,
lastly, what would you want to tell your students and stakeholders in this great university as your parting shot?
You just tell them that the world has changed a lot, and this institution, so many people have placed high expectations on it. It is actually the conscience of this country.
Yes.
This country is the way it is today because of the University of Nairobi. Whether it is because of the democratization process, whether it is in agriculture, whether it's in architecture, whether it's in health, all areas is because of and journalism. Yeah? What we are today is because of what the University of Nairobi has done. It is not time to rest. It is time to food, our mkeka, and move on so that we can continue to inspire more people to do better and more for this country. We must be there in the forefront to provide the inspiration for Kenyans. We must be there to provide different ways of doing things to open the horizon for more job opportunities for our young people in terms of the ideas and startups and business mind that we'll get from this university moving forward. Okay. We have a big role to play.
Okay. Thank you so much, VC.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Yeah.